Hello and welcome back to Frog Boy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today I want to talk to you about my journey on the carnivore diet. So today is day number 40. I've been eating only meat and animal products for the last 40 days now. I am currently down 27 pounds from when I started. Well, 27, is that right? Yeah, 35 down to 308. Actually, let me do the math real quick. 35 minus 8. Yes, 27 pounds. I've lost 27 pounds in 40 days just eating meat. I'm never hungry. I'm not starving. I don't crave sugar or any of that. Like, I'm actively losing the weight. It's coming off, I would say, gosh, man, because it was 21 pounds. So I've lost, what, 6 pounds in just the last 10 days. In the last 10 days, I've lost another 6 pounds. It usually fluctuates like a pound or two or whatever. And then all of a sudden, like by the end of the week, I've lost like 5-6 pounds or whatever. I had a pretty good amount of body fat to get rid of. But I've noticed it coming out of my face, coming out of my gut, coming out of, like the spots that were getting pretty big. I was wearing double X shirts. I'm down to a 1X now. I can put like some of my old shirts back on. So overall, like my health, my well-being, and the way I feel is pretty good. Like, I still feel pretty good. I'm not suffering from any type of weird like side effects or anything like that. If anything, the progress, like my body seems to be healing itself a lot better now. Like, I feel healthier, I feel happier, I feel more satisfied all the time. Like, I feel satisfied when it comes to like being hungry or anything like that. I feel 100% satiated. This last week though, I have kind of switched over from doing like the steaks every night to burgers and eggs. I've been eating a lot more hamburger and eggs. I've noticed that the more fat intake I get, the better I feel. If I'm eating more lean, then I'm not feeling, then I don't feel as good as I feel when I'm just eating more fat. So I've been mixing like the bacon, the hamburgers, the eggs. I've been eating that. Tonight I had steak again. We went and got steak, and I had steak tonight. So overall, it's almost like a point like where the only reason I'm making these videos now is so that potentially somebody else that's like suffering from some of the stuff that I had, or you're trying to lose weight or something like that. If you're, I'm making these for you guys now. Like, I was in the first place. At first I was like, oh man, I want to try this. I want to see how it does. And I don't know how to like, I'm not trying to sell you this diet. But I am trying to tell you that, like, look, man, we've been told for the longest time that like bread is good for us, and like noodles and like vegetables and all of this stuff that is like so good for us. And to be completely honest with you, let me just say this. Like, I'm absolutely angry that I suffered for so long in my life with achy joints, feeling sluggish, not having, like having brain fog, just consistently being sick all the time. Or not like sick as in like, oh guys, I need to lay in bed, but just sick. Like my body never felt healthy. It just always felt, like something was missing, or like I was. And I was always hungry all the time. Like, I would eat that food that was supposedly good for us, and then I'm still starving. I literally go to like a fast food restaurant. I'd get a whole meal. I'd eat that, and then like 2 hours later, like clockwork, I'm freaking hungry again. Like, every 2 hours, I feel like I was eating before I switched over. Now, I eat 2 times a day. 2 times a day. I ate today at like 1 o'clock. And then I ate, about 40 minutes ago, I ate again. And I wasn't even really feeling super hungry by that time, but my wife was hungry. So we're like, yeah, let's go get some steaks. So we went, I got some steaks. We came back, I cooked them. And then I ate. And that's the thing. Like, I'm spending less time eating now that I'm on the carnivore diet, and I'm actually, and I'm doing it, and I'm doing it faithfully. I'm just eating the meat, I mean, I still struggle when we walk in the store and I see all the old stuff that I used to buy, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's good, I mean, like, we would go to the store, and I would just be like, we'd be walking around, and I'd be putting like chips in the basket, I'd be throwing in the cheese sauce. We'd be over there, and I'd be throwing in like 12 packs of soda. I haven't had a soda in 40 days. In 40 days. That's incredible. We would go back through the aisles and stuff. We'd be grabbing crackers and chili and just all kinds of different types of food, noodles and spaghetti and like, I look at all that stuff now, and like my brain still wants to like walk over there and grab it and put it in the cart, but then I remember, I'm like, oh no, I don't want that stuff. I don't want that stuff, because I don't crave it. It's more of like I see it, and then I'm like, oh yeah, but like, I'm able to catch myself before I put it in the basket. And my wife usually is like, no, you can't do that no more. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're right, because I'm not craving it. I'm just seeing it, and I'm like, oh yeah. And so that there is still kind of a struggle when I'm at the store and I'm looking at things, and I'm like, oh man, maybe, but as soon as I leave, that stuff leaves my head. Like, it's completely gone. I don't even think about it. And that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird, man. Like, my body does not crave sugar anymore at all. Like, I can walk right by sugar. I don't crave it no more. And I think that has to do a lot with, the eating the, having the salt, having more salt in my diet and stuff. So at 40 days, I no longer wake up with headaches. I'm getting much better sleep. I'm losing weight. I'm not losing it like super dramatically, but I feel like, in 40 days to lose 27 pounds, that's pretty good. And I mean, I am working out every once in a while, but I'm not doing like, I'm not going above and beyond. I'm not like running down the street and running back and doing any of that kind of stuff, because I still have the channel. I still got my full-time job. I'm still doing all of that stuff. So I'm just working out like my arms, stuff like that. Just doing, some exercise. Nothing super heavy yet. So I feel like that's pretty decent to be able to lose that much weight. And it's funny because it's consistent. It's consistent. And if I do, eat some, and like weigh myself at night, like the fluctuations are literally 2 pounds, where it used to be like 6 pounds. It used to be like, it would fluctuate. Like when I was doing like keto or intermittent fasting, the fluctuations would be like 6 pounds. And this, it's like 2 at most. Usually it's just ounces, to be completely honest with you. It's like a few ounces. Like I'll wake up in the morning, I'll weigh myself, and then I've only been weighing myself like a couple times a week now. I don't sit and stress over it a lot at all anymore. I know my body feels better, and I know that like when I go to bed and I get up, one of the biggest benefits is, like work. Once you get to a certain age in your life as a man, you kind of put yourself into a routine so that you can, get through your next week at work. And that's pretty much where I was at. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just so tired. I'm coming home from work and I'm absolutely beat, and I just don't feel like I have any strength to do anything. But now I can go to work, I can come home, I can still have, enough energy to sit and do my videos or play some of the games that I didn't have time to, do stuff around the house for my wife, go and help her, go on, like little adventures and missions and stuff. And that's been fun, man. That has been so good to have that back. It is like something that like, yeah, man, I feel like this is stuff that I used to do when I was in my 20s, and now I feel more energetic and I feel more enthusiastic about going out and doing things now, whereas opposed to when I would come home, I'd be like, oh man, I'm tired, and I'd have to take the old man nap. I'm not taking old man naps anymore. I mean, this is Sunday. I worked all week last week. Came home and I've been up, not up. I mean, I slept at night, but I've been up both Saturday and Sunday. I was able to finish Alan Wake 2 this weekend. I was able to get into and play a bunch of WRC today. I was playing some RoboCop. I mean, I've basically been sitting here most of the day playing video games. And before I started doing the carnivore diet, and I would be sleeping half my days away. I would sleep till like 3 in the afternoon and then get up, and then I'd start scrambling to try to put things together. And now I feel like I have more clarity, a lot more clarity in being able to do what I need to do for the channel and being able to do my work. Like, it doesn't feel like as big of a burden anymore. Like I'm not feeling that way anymore. I'm not feeling like, I've never really been like the kind of depressed person, but I get anxious. I used to get anxious. I'd get really anxious all the time, and I would just be like, I'd have that anxiety of like, oh my gosh, I got to do something, you know, and I'd be like trying to rush things and stuff. And normally, like, you could see that in my content when I was putting out content, like feeling like, oh my gosh, I just got to be first. I got to hurry up and get something out. Well, this time I was able to just sit back, fully enjoy Alan Wake 2 and put out a solid review for that game. And that's the kind of content that I want to be able to start doing going forward. I want to be able to just take my time and not even worry about being first. Just get it done, enjoy the experience, and then put out a review for it. So I'm grateful. I'm happy that I started doing this. I'm happy that I decided to make this lifestyle change, and that's pretty much what it is. You have to look at it that way. If this is something that you're going to do, I recommend a minimum of 30 days just so that you can fully kind of let your body like kick over and truly experience some of these benefits. You should start feeling positive results after just a week, after just 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Every week it really has gotten better. Like, it really has gotten better. It really does feel better. I really do feel better. I can, I feel like I feel like I'm able to express myself a lot better. Even my wife is noticing changes. I'm more upbeat. I'm more happy. I'm more excited about just life in general. Yeah, like, this feels good. And it is kind of weird though. Like, when I tell people, that I know, I kind of get like this weird look and stuff, and it's almost like they're like, oh my gosh, man, you're gonna die of a heart attack or something. And I'm like, dude, my heart feels so much better now. Before, I'm not even joking, man. Like, I would start doing something, a little bit strenuous, and like my heart would start beating really fast, and it's not doing that anymore. It's not. This is weird, man. Like, I don't want to call it magic, but it does feel like my body feels significantly better than it ever has. To be completely honest with you, I feel a lot better. I feel happier. I feel like I have more energy. I get better sleep now. I feel 100% rested when I wake up. I get up. I don't have to rock myself on the bed anymore. I can just get up and I can go about my day. 40 days, man. That is, sheesh, man. We're almost at 2 whole months of doing this, man. Like, I think, are we? Yeah, we're getting pretty close to, to 2 months. This is incredible. Like, I do feel really good about it. I've been able to figure out ways to try to make it more sustainable and cost wise and everything by doing like hamburger patties and stuff instead of the steaks. You do a couple hamburger patties and like 3 eggs or whatever, and you've got, a pretty satiating meal just right there. It's whatever you have to do and whatever you can afford, basically. You want to stay with beef, but, you can get hamburger pretty cheap. Go to Costco. You can get it at, Smith's or whatever, you just get it and then you just make your, you could even go get those big rolls of burger and just fry it all up in like a skillet and then put it in individual bags and stuff and then like mix it with eggs whenever you want to cook it and eat it. You know what I mean? Like, just keep it in the freezer or something. Like, there's ways to do this that's not going to break the bank too. That's the good thing about this, is there are ways to sustain this diet or this lifestyle change and be able to make it something that you can do, and always have in the back of your mind that, like, hey man, like, I can get a pound of hamburger for like $4, $5. You know what I mean? Like, you can always find a good amount of red meat. It fairly you know, at a decent price. So keep that in mind. You know, it doesn't always have to be steak or ribeye or whatever these other guys are telling you to eat. Like, yeah, obviously that would be the ideal thing. But if you can't afford that, man, like if you can't afford that, I'm living proof that like you can sustain yourself, like not having to go out there and spend a lot of money on meat, man. You can find a way to make it happen. Like I'm spending less than $100 a week. I know that sounds like a lot, but I mean, if you add in what I just got for the last week was my 5 pounds of my stewing beef, 18 hamburger patties, you know, to have 2 a day or whatever, that should last me like 3 freaking weeks for that, or what is it, like 18? I don't know. If I do 2 patties a day and 3 eggs, that lasts a long time. For all of that was $60 for all of for my stewing beef, for my hamburger, and for my eggs. Like $60, man. Like you can live off of $60 a week, and you'll be fine. Like I was spending that I was spending almost that every week just on the truck that would show up to work. I would spend like $13 a day, and now I'm getting my lunch from this and my dinner every night for less than I was spending on that truck every week. So yes, it is sustainable. You can find ways to sustain this. You might have to, and all the stuff that you're going to cut out. You're going to cut out soda. That's going to save you money. You're going to be cutting out all that sugar. That's going to save you a lot of money. Like all the money that you save from all the other stuff that you used to get, you will be able to reinvest into your health and make your body better, make your mind better, just completely change your life and make things so much better for you. So, all right, my friends, that's the 40-day update. We'll see how good this video does. If enough people are watching it, then I'll make a 50-day video, but I don't know, man. I want to help you guys. I want people, you know, to, if there's somebody out there that needs help, definitely. I want you to be able to experience the lifestyle that I have now, and see that, like, wow, man, it just makes your brain start thinking. Like you'll start thinking better. You won't be foggy and any of that. Like you'll understand that, like, wow, man, we've been putting a lot of poison in our bodies for a very long time. So, all right, my friends, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one, and thank you for watching.